Hey there, Bernie Bulldogs. Here we are again, practicing some mindfulness together. I hope that you had the chance to use the mindfulness name game that we learned last week. This week we're going to do more of a breathing technique. But before we get to that, I wanted to talk a little bit more about how mindfulness helps us. And in order to do that, we're going to talk about the brain a little bit today. So if we take our hand and kind of look at it as our brain in three different parts, we're going to talk about the prefrontal cortex or the prefrontal lobe. And I like to think of that as our green zone brain. It's where we are ready to focus and pay attention and be ready to learn. Now, right underneath that, where my thumb is, would be our limbic system. And that is where we store our emotions, our memories, our experiences that we've had. And if you notice, when my prefrontal lobe is down, it is connecting to the limbic system. And that's really important because that means that even though there are times where we may be experiencing some blue zone feelings or some yellow zone feelings right here in our limbic system, it's still connected and working with our prefrontal lobe and helping us still stay in the green zone. Now, the other important part of our brain is this long part of our thumb right here, and this would be considered the brain stem. And the brain stem is what we would describe as our survival state or our safety zone. And so when we are having those really big feelings or emotions, sometimes what happens is we flip our lid. And as you can tell, when I do that, my prefrontal lobe is no longer connected to or supporting my limbic system. Now I'm just operating here out of my brainstem, which is meaning that I am maybe having more of those red zone feelings where I am having thoughts and feelings that are out of control. So mindfulness helps because what it does is if we've gotten to this point where we've flipped our lid, it helps us get back to operating where everything is working together in our brain, because we know that mindfulness asks us to stop and really take notice of what is going on all around us and to think about how we're feeling, and then we can reach into our little toolbox and find something that's going to help us get back to that green zone. So now that we know a little bit more about how mindfulness helps us, let's practice. So today we're going to use a breathing technique that I learned just this year, and I've really come to like it. I've shared it with a few of you Bulldogs already at school, but now we're all going to learn it again together. So this is called wave breathing. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some deep breaths in through our nose and then out through our mouths. And when we do that, we're going to take our hands and we're going to cup them around our ears. And you're going to cup them pretty tight so that you're blocking out all that you can, and you're going to tell that you can hear a little bit of an echo. But when you do, it's going to create a really soothing, calming effect that hopefully sounds like ocean waves. So again, breath in through our nose, breath out through our mouth while we're cupping our hands. So let's do it together. Ready? Do it one more time. And again. Now, you can repeat that as many times as you'd like. I'd say to at least do it 3 times to really get the effect and get that air moving through your body. But again, connecting your breath to your body and getting some sort of sensory involved really helps get a full body effect of a calming technique. So I hope you use the wave technique this week, and I will see you next week. Bye.